Sweet. I hope you can hear me. I was having problems with the computer last time, so I really don't know. Now we're going to pop on over here. We're going to start recording on this one. Hopefully, you guys can hear me on this one as well. I really don't know. Again, I'm trying to figure out all of this technology at the same time. So it should be really interesting, but hopefully, we'll be able to figure it all out. I am live streaming on one platform, so it will go to YouTube. I'll have a usable video that way, and then I'm also recording so that I can upload it to school later. So that's what the recording is for, so that I can add it to my journal that's there. But I'd rather just have one live on YouTube, which is why I've got it recording on one laptop while I'm speaking into the other one. So trying to kill two birds with one stone, make it easy on myself. At least that's the plan, is to make it easy on myself. But as you guys should know, nothing in my life ever is easy. It never goes right. It's always difficult for me. The transitions and learning, that's kind of why I am the way that I am, because things go wrong and I have to adjust to it. That's just the way that my life is. I'm prone to unlucky situations that I'm then able, with hard work and determination and grit, I'm able to turn those into positive situations most of the time. So ultimately today for this post, what I'm going to be talking about are just my goals, which is the assignment that I've been given in class to talk about the goals that I have for my internship. To be completely honest, I came here with a clean slate. The only goal that I had was to reset my mind, to get into the mode of learning so that going back to school wouldn't be as difficult as it has been. Um, for those of you who are well connected or have listened to any of my other videos, you'll know that my experience thus far with going back to school has been a lot more difficult than what I anticipated. In my hubris, in my pride, I thought that me going back to school would be quite easy, that I'd be able to step right back into it without any problems and just move forward as if I had just barely stopped going to school not too long ago. When in reality, it had been 10 years. It's been 10 years since last time. So a lot has changed. And it's really weird in this instance to have those changes, because everything that I've gone through feels extraordinarily familiar, like a bout of deja vu, an episode of deja vu, where it feels like I've lived it before, but it's strange because the faces and the places have changed. So the environment, the setting, if you will, is totally different. And the people inside of the classroom are totally different. They're new faces that I've never dealt with before. And yet I've done the entire process. National anthem. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but one of the joys of being on a military base at 8 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, so it feels like deja vu, but not. And it's kind of been very interesting for me here as well as the same experience. I've felt a lot of deja vu, but yet not the same as deja vu. Not that I've lived this moment before, but that this is where I'm supposed to be right now, if that makes sense. It's like I feel comfortable in the unknown, which is strange because it's been extremely stressful and hard to orient myself. But at the same time, I feel as though I'm exactly where I need to be, doing exactly what I need to be doing. So, having said that, that leads into one of my goals. And one of my goals is to be able to better interpret exactly how I'm feeling in the moment, be able to address my emotions, my feelings, and express those emotions and feelings in the best possible way. That's one of my goals, which has been difficult because during my time being homeless and isolated from, just general people, but the public and others, it's become much more difficult for me to connect socially with people. And my emotions can be a little bit more difficult for me to manage. And so I really want to be able to take my emotions, my knowledge, my understanding, and translate those into a real world application for myself. so that I can understand how I'm feeling and then be able to communicate that with others, hopefully. That's one of my main goals. And a secondary goal that I have that has been established since I've got here is, in my life, I have an extreme amount of experience in every different field and aspect. I mean, calling myself a jack of all trades is a very appropriate and applicable thing to say about my personality. Um, Let me get this off the screen. Yep, thank you. Um, I'm a jack of all trades. I know how to do a lot of things. Um, Most things I have some sort of knowledge on how to do. And because of that, and because of the experience that I've had, it's very easy for me in almost any situation to just want to take over and to just want to do it and be the best that I can at it, or to help other people be as good as they can at it, things like that. The problem with that is that because I'm so much further along in my development, so much further along in the experiences that I've had in life, and having the answers to so many different questions, it's too easy for me to jump in and take over. And when I do that, what ends up happening is I limit the exposure of anyone else participating in that moment. I limit their ability to learn and to grow because I've already experienced it. I know the answer. Let me take control. I'll fix it. I'll take care of it. Not a big issue. But that's only me applying my knowledge. That's not other people being able to learn and apply the knowledge as well. And it's a lesson that I've learned fairly recently, that my anecdotal stories, and I talked about this yesterday, my anecdotal stories only do so much to create knowledge and understanding, to push people forward in a positive direction, because the stories are not them able to live it. And so it only provides my viewpoint on the situation. It only provides my progress on the situation. And it doesn't afford the other participating parties the opportunity to learn and grow as I have, to learn the lessons, if you will. And so one of my goals is just that, to let others participate. And that sounds really weird because, in a certain way, I want to protect them from the struggle and from the pain that can come from the lessons that they need to learn. But I have to let them do that. They're never going to learn just from my stories or from watching me. That's just not the way that humans learn ultimately. We can gain a little bit of insight, but ultimately we have to act in order to learn, in my opinion. You can never learn anything unless you do, according to what I feel is appropriate. So I need to let people do. And that's one of my goals, is to push myself out of the way, to push my ego out of the way, to let other people make actions, to do actions, to learn and to grow and to progress themselves, and go through that pain if that's what happens. I went through it and it was a difficult struggle for me. And so my bleeding heart wants to save people from that pain. But the reality is that that pain is where growth is. And that's physical, that's mental, that's spiritual. It does not matter. Pain is where growth is. And many people will strive to avoid pain in order to make the path easier, which is exactly what I'm doing. I'm trying to help people avoid pain to make their path easier. But in the long run, I'm stunting their progress. So that's one of my goals. Now, there's others that I've got. There's other goals that I've got, but I'll talk about those later. However, those two goals are my primary ones that I really want to make sure that I'm focusing on. And the biggest one is letting others participate. Even though I know the answer, even though I know how to do it and I can help, I need to let them play the game and let them play the game their way so that they can learn in the best way possible for them. Because I'm not going to be able to teach them or help them. I'm on my own path. So I need to be on my path and let them be on their path. And that's my goal for this internship and for this time that I've got thus far. So hopefully you guys are having a fabulous day. Hopefully you heard everything. I really don't know if you did or not. It looks kind of questionable here. I can't quite tell if the microphone's going or what. So this could have been just a total exercise in absolutely nothingness. We'll really see later. But hopefully you guys are having a fabulous morning. We'll talk to you later. And that stream, stop the recording.